So social media is not a real place. However, this crazy Kelsey Mitchell thing has gotten so out of hand.
In the world of professional sports, greatness is a magnet for conflict. The brightest lights often cast the darkest shadows, and for the Indiana Fever, a team basking in the unprecedented glow of a generational superstar, a shadow has emerged from the most unexpected place imaginable. While they fight tooth and nail on the court for a taste of playoff glory, their biggest battle might be unfolding off the court. A civil war fought in whispers, social media comments, and unspoken tensions. A single, reckless comment from a player's own family has exposed a potential fracture deep within the team's core, a self-inflicted wound that threatens to unravel everything they've built. This isn't just drama, it's a crisis of identity, and it has the entire league asking if the Fever's dream season is about to become a nightmare.
Mitchell's sister apparently commented on something on Facebook, which I'm sure if you watch Mick Talks Hoops or somebody else that they've talked about this, and I'm starting to think that the ramifications of this social media post are actually going to be felt on the court. So here's what happened. Chelsea Mitchell, which is Kelsey Mitchell's twin sister, she made a comment on someone else's comment diminishing Caitlin Clark's importance as the offensive engine of the Indiana Fever and saying that they should really be running the offense through Kelsey Mitchell. So this Steve Brown person writes on Facebook, Clark's delusional fans can stay mad and call me all the names in the book, but we all saw, including y'all, who carries my Fever team, and we all know who the offense should be run through. Whether you like it or not, these two players can win some games without Clark.
The weapon in this conflict wasn't a basketball, it was a keyboard. The battleground was Facebook, a place where family pride and unfiltered opinions often collide with explosive consequences. It all began with a post from a fan, dripping with resentment, that targeted the very foundation of the Fever's newfound success. The post called Caitlin Clark's legion of supporters delusional, a clear attempt to invalidate the global excitement surrounding her. It then laid out a shocking alternate reality, claiming that Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell were the ones truly carrying the franchise. The post reached its crescendo with a stunning declaration. These two players can win some games without Clark, but Clark can't win a single game without them.
Chelsea Mitchell, Kelsey's sister, decided to jump into the comments and basically agree with this nonsense. The specific post she endorsed said something along the lines of, Clark's delusional fans can stay.
In the vast, chaotic sea of the internet, this could have been just another drop of negativity. But then, the unthinkable happened. Kelsey Mitchell's twin sister, Chelsea Mitchell, stepped directly into the line of fire. She didn't just passively like the post. She publicly and enthusiastically endorsed this takedown of her sister's teammate. With 4 simple but devastating words, she ignited the controversy. I got to agree. In that moment, a fan's bitter rant was laundered into something that felt like an insider's truth. It was a digital dagger, seemingly launched from within the Mitchell family circle, aimed directly at the heart of the team's superstar.
Chelsea Mitchell, who is Kelsey Mitchell's twin sister, says, I gotta agree. And here is the thing. Kelsey Mitchell on the Indiana Fever says nothing but positive things about Caitlin Clark. This should in no way reflect what is coming out of Kelsey's mouth. Now,
to fully comprehend the sheer audacity of this claim, one must journey back to the bleak reality of the Indiana Fever just 1 year ago. Before the arrival of Caitlin Clark, the Fever were a franchise adrift in a sea of mediocrity. They were a basketball wasteland. Their 2022 season ended with a dismal 5-35 record, a statistic that solidified their place in the league's basement. Their home games were often hauntingly quiet, played in front of sparse crowds where the squeak of sneakers echoed more loudly than the cheers. They were ghosts on the national stage, rarely granted a primetime television slot. Now, flash forward to today. The Clark effect has been nothing short of a cultural and economic hurricane. The Fever are no longer a local team. They are a global spectacle. Opposing franchises are moving their home games to massive NBA arenas just to accommodate the tidal wave of fans clamoring to see Clark play.
It's ridiculous when people blame Caitlin Clark for the actions of people relative, like in her general circle, not even directly in her circle, people around her. Like Caitlin Clark's boyfriend, or her brother, the amount of stuff he got basically called the devil for calling referees bad. He got, like, they hurled slurs at him for saying referees are bad, and they hurled slurs at Caitlin because her brother said refs are bad. Like, it's crazy, but let's not sink to their level. Kelsey Mitchell did nothing wrong. But this situation is really, really weird.
Their television ratings have skyrocketed, shattering records and bringing millions of new viewers to the WNBA. Young girls in the 22 jerseys fill the stands screaming her name, a tangible sign of a new generation of fans being born. The team isn't just relevant, they are the epicenter of the sports world, engaged in a fierce fight for a playoff spot that was an impossible dream just 12 months prior. To even suggest that this team, this phenomenon, would be better off without the very person who ignited this revolution is to be completely divorced from reality. It's an argument that collapses under the weight of every single metric, from ticket sales to television ratings to the win column itself.
You know, to add on to what Christine asked about women's sports in general, you guys have played almost every game before a sellout crowd this whole season, wherever you've gone. And how much does that affect you on the court? Right? Do you ever look around and say, hey, this place is packed, they want to see us? Those kinds of things?
I blame Caitlin. But I think it's a really great opportunity for us to kind of like present, who we are as a team. And I think that the work that the class that came in, the draft class that came in, did a really good job of like putting ourselves on the pedestal to be known, to be seen. And I think that we can utilize that and tie that in with the game. And I think that for us, it's obviously a really good thing to see all these people here, but we try to keep the main thing. But I will be honest and say this, the most people I've seen consecutively. So I'm excited about where it's going. Shout out to Caitlin.
This is where the story spirals into a complex and deeply unsettling psychological drama. On one side of this conflict, you have Kelsey Mitchell, the consummate professional. As a veteran guard and one of the team's leaders, she has played her public role perfectly. In every interview, she has been gracious, praising Clark's talent and the excitement she brings. She just inked a massive Supermax contract, a clear commitment to her future in Indiana. In a powerful show of unity, Caitlin Clark celebrated that signing on her own Instagram with a simple definitive caption, "Duh," a public affirmation of their partnership. It was a signal to the world that they were a united front. But on the other side, you have Chelsea Mitchell, her twin, her other half, publicly championing a narrative designed to diminish and disrespect that very same partner. This creates a painful cognitive dissonance, a two-faced narrative that is impossible to reconcile. How can Kelsey's public actions be so completely at odds with her own family's public statements? It forces us to confront uncomfortable possibilities. Is Kelsey Mitchell simply the victim of a reckless family member who she cannot control, a rogue agent causing her unimaginable professional damage? Or is this something more calculated? Could Chelsea's words be a form of passive aggression, a way of voicing a private resentment that Kelsey herself feels but would never dare say out loud. Kelsey is now caught in an impossible situation, trapped in the crossfire of a family loyalty test and a professional allegiance. Her public silence on the matter has become a deafening roar, leaving everyone to wonder what is truly being said behind closed doors. What makes this entire fiasco even more alarming for the Indiana Fever organization is the chilling sense of deja vu. This is not a new crisis for them, it is a recurring nightmare. The franchise has been down this dark road before. Just last season, they were forced to manage a similar social media firestorm ignited by Nalisa Smith's brother, whose online critiques created waves of unnecessary distraction. This repeat offense suggests a problem that runs deeper than a single player's family. It points to a potential systemic failure at the highest levels of the franchise. It begs the question, is this front office, led by general manager Lynn Dunn and coach Christy Sides, equipped to handle the immense pressure that comes with managing a global superstar? In the modern era of sports, circle management, the art of handling players' families, friends, and entourages, is a critical, non-negotiable skill for any successful organization. The best franchises understand this and set firm, clear boundaries to protect team chemistry. The fact that this has happened twice in 2 seasons suggests the Fever are failing this crucial test, allowing internal politics and family drama to repeatedly poison the well. Beyond the immediate team turmoil, Chelsea Mitchell's comments expose a staggering billion-dollar blind spot about the fundamental economics of sports. The principle that a rising tide lifts all boats is the very engine of league growth, and Caitlin Clark is not a tide. She is a tsunami of commercial value for the entire WNBA. Her presence is directly responsible for bigger television deals, league-wide increases in ticket sales, and an explosion in merchandise revenue. This financial boom benefits every single person in the league, from the top stars to the trainers and staff. Kelsey Mitchell's own lucrative Supermax contract exists in a league that is now richer and has a higher salary cap precisely because of the Clark effect. For her own sister to undermine the person who is, in effect, helping to fund that contract is an act of breathtaking hypocrisy and financial ignorance. It's a self-defeating mindset that has plagued women's sports for decades, a tendency towards internal jealousy rather than a unified push for collective growth. This poison of perception, born in the digital world, is now inevitably seeping into the real one. The consequences are tangible and corrosive. Picture the next team huddle, the next locker room meeting. Can the trust be the same? Now there will be awkward glances, forced smiles, and unspoken questions hanging in the air. This drama doesn't just put Kelsey Mitchell in an impossible spot, it unfairly drags Aaliyah Boston into the fray as well. Boston, whose game has visibly improved thanks to Clark's court vision and gravity, is now positioned as part of an anti-Clark faction, whether she wants to be or not. It drives wedges between players who need to be united. And consider the immense burden on Caitlin Clark. She is a 22-year-old rookie who already faces a level of physical targeting and media scrutiny that is unprecedented in the sport's history. Every opponent's game plan is designed to stop her. Now, she has to contend with the possibility of friendly fire, of dealing with negativity from within her own team's extended circle. There is a limit to what any athlete, no matter how talented, can endure. This isn't just a distraction, it's an additional layer of psychological warfare that she should not have to face. It's a classic self-fulfilling prophecy in the making. If the world is told a team is divided, that team may eventually start to believe it, and the cracks will begin to show on the court. In the grand scheme of basketball history, Chelsea Mitchell's comments will be a forgotten footnote. The objective truth of Caitlin Clark's impact is already being written in the record books, etched in the soaring attendance numbers, and proven by the Fever's dramatic ascent from the bottom of the league. But this incident, while insignificant in the long run, served a crucial purpose. It pulled back the curtain on the ugly human side of spectacular success. The jealousy, the fear of being overshadowed, and the bitter resistance to a new world order. The ultimate irony is that the effort to diminish Clark's importance backfired in the most spectacular way imaginable. The swift and overwhelming backlash from fans and media across the globe became a powerful, unsolicited referendum on her value. In trying to isolate her, her critics only managed to trigger a global display of support that proved her monumental importance. The Indiana Fever's season is no longer just a test of their talent. It is now a profound test of their character. Can they heal this deep, self-inflicted wound, or will they be remembered as the team that was handed a generational superstar only to let internal politics tear their dream apart?